You're already making this unnecessary, aren't you? Hello and welcome to the first episodes of the Bats and Owls podcast. I'm your host, Sammy the Clappy, with my co-host, Horsey McManny. Stop banging the beer on the table.
Fuck off.
Well, that's demonetised already. Alright, for those who don't know, we are starting a little podcast. Stop bashing stuff on the floor. This is already going fantastic. Right, we are starting a podcast basically in nerd culture, so we'll be talking about a variety of subjects in the area. We're trying to sound professional.
And memes.
Yeah,
lots of memes.
Lots of it. Anyway, so for the first week, we're going to be the first subject we're going to be talking about is Dark Knight Metal. The reason is because in the UK it's all finally come out in trade paperback, and we're lonely, unlike everyone else, and we fancy talking about it.
And we have actually got money, surprisingly.
But you mean you've got money? Like mine's already getting wasted on something else.
I don't. My first paycheck's next week. I only got this for my birthday
You know
money.
how outdated this is going to sound in like a year or so, don't you?
Fuck you.
Not subtle on this, are you?
No, I don't want to be subtle. Subtle's boring in the podcast.
Anyway, we're going to be talking about the Dark Knight's Rising. No, not the movie of the same name.
Which I've got in my hands.
Which we've got the deluxe edition on because, haha, money. Right. And
25
basically, we're going to be
it.
discussing what we both like of each other. For those who don't know, it's based on the DC Metal event of the Nightmare Batman who invade. Right, so, Carl, do you want to start? With what's your favourite story out of all of them?
Oh boy, it's Horsey, by the way.
Yeah, Horsey. Alright, fine. Anyway,
Fucking dickhead.
So the story consists of Red Death, which is
Batman
X Flash, Murder Machine, which is same thing. Right, Murder Machine, which is Cyborg and Batman, Dawnbreaker, which is Green Lantern and Batman, which definitely hasn't been done before 100 times on repeat. Drowned, which is Aquawoman and Batwoman. I don't know why the gender swaps randomly there. But the Merciless, who is Ares and Batman.
The most boring one.
Yep, thank you. At least I'm not alone in that opinion. Devastator, which is just Doomsday and Batman, which is the coolest concept in the world.
And probably has the most cruelest death to Superman ever.
And the Batman who laughs, who is well, I bet you can't guess.
He is Joker Batman with the ability to kill everything.
And plot armor.
Yeah, I mean, he survives in water without any kind of stuff.
Alright, we're going to be going through each of these one by one and discussing why some work and why some are terrible. We'll start with the story order of Red Death, alright?
Yay, Red Death!
Do you want to start?
Basically, in... One second, let me just get the universe up. Earth minus 52. I swear to God, if my phone goes off one more fucking time.
Leave the phone out of I'll just throw it on the floor, you know, whatever works. That works.
On Earth minus 52, the Flash is fighting Batman, who wants his Speed Force after, I think, failing to save Gotham or something.
But, God, you have got... You've got the comic in front of you. Basically,
yeah.
His family dies again, he gets desperate, so he decides, let's fuse the Flash.
And then just kills all of Batman's rogues, and as the universe is literally crumbling into nothingness, the Batman who laughs...
For the record, the Batman who laughs appears at the end of every story.
Didn't crack this.
To recruit them. This is an origin story, after all of them.
And he goes into just the Central Earth.
Anyway, so what do you like about this story?
You know what? I really do love Red Death's design. I think it's just...
Google it.
It just screams...
Yeah, I love the neon red and, you know, the black bats that come off it.
Yeah, which age anyone that comes in contact with him.
Yeah, that's a really clever way of the Speed Force manipulating stuff, right? Because I'm not a Flash expert, so I can't say this fully, but we've never really seen the Speed Force act this way. Well, other than like in Crisis on Two Earths, the DC animated movie, you know, like where have you seen that film?
No.
There's a bit where I think his name's Johnny Quick, I can't remember, but he he like creates a portal to Earth Prime and he turns really odd. But it's nice to see that concept coming back in full. I actually quite like the art. It's nothing special, but I do like it, especially for the Red Death design.
I mean, it always looks better than Marvel. What Marvel does. It always looks better.
It looks New 52 kind of throwback, especially on the Flash's armor.
Also, I enjoy how Barry is still inside what's left.
Unlike the other Nightmare Batman, Flash is still in there. Like, he's still alive and conscious, and he's begging Bruce not to kill people. Like on the page you're on now, he's punching the Scarecrow in half.
He basically just pins the Riddler up to giant question mark. I think he just pummels Penguin into a piece of ice with an open gut. And that's Man-Bat. He just runs through Man-Bat, killing him instantly.
I love the gore in this one especially. It's really and you know what I love about all these Nightmare Batman? I love the logos. Like the logo designs are just fantastic. There's one on the back page of them all. But the one thing I don't like about this story in particular is I don't exactly like how he acquires the Speed Force. It's going into classic DC territory, but for the dark tone it's trying to set, it doesn't really work in my opinion.
He gets the Batmobile, ties Flash into it, and then just drives into the fucking Speed Force.
It's Back to the Future on acid. I can't wait for evil Marty McFly on whatever world that is to go on the DeLorean so fast with Doc Brown tied to it, and then he fuses himself into it. It's just ridiculous, but I like it. I like it, but I don't like it. I don't think it works for the overall tone that it's trying to go for.
It's hilarious. So,
other than that, what would you say this is one of your favourites?
I would rate it 8 out of 10.
Oh no, you're not doing a rating.
Ever read it again? I'm doing a rating for every single one.
I've read. To be fair, I have read this book 4 times. So
once.
I've read it 4 times. So.
I only got it last week, so.
Alright. So, do you want to explain the Murder Machine now?
My favourite one!
Really?
And do you want to know why?
I'm not a big fan of this.
Robotic Alfred!
That's my biggest complaint with it. Anyway, go on, explain the story.
Basically, I'm going to sound like Leafy now instead of literally I'm going to say basically all the time.
Basically. We'll make it your catchphrase.
All of Batman's rogues literally just murder Alfred on the spot. Batman wants to bring Alfred back because of him being a father figure throughout the years. And he asks Cyborg to create an AI which works around Alfred's intelligence. This AI then kills pretty much all of his rogues gallery in order to protect Bruce. Bruce lets him into the Batcave and they rip his flesh apart and make him into a machine. He then goes on to kill the Justice League.
Hang on, let me just reiterate. He kills the Justice League with an army of robotic Alfreds.
Yes.
It's... Oh, no.
Not to mention at the end they literally beat down Cyborg from our universe.
They got the fact that in the modern day, because all these do cut back from a flashback to modern day, but Cyborg is trying to keep him out of the Justice League Watchtower while Murder Machine's trying to hack in.
Alright, question, are we going to show the images on screen? Alright.
I can't be bothered.
I'm just going to mention this bit. In On the Earth, Murder Machine just rips Cyborg's head off his body. Like, it's not even subtle, he just shows him ripping it off.
On the page we're on now, his spine is hanging out. So if I had better editing software, then I would use the images, but...
Fair enough.
Also, you don't remember copyright reasons.
Yeah, also the art is actually really nice.
Oh, we're getting into compliments already.
I love the art for this.
Right, it takes a more gritty, realistic art style, and for the most part, I do like it. Right, but there are some bits of it that look really off to me. Right, the other Nightmare Batman who appear in the modern days.
Yeah.
Right, I don't think they look particularly well. Like the amount of spikes on Devastator's back, it looks like he's got a yeast infection. Right. But I do like the origin of Murder Machine though. Right. Alfred that comes synthetic and wants to make Batman perfect. It's a really cool concept. The bit I don't buy, though, is that this army of Alfreds destroyed an entire planet, killed Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and all this lot, right? And the last one left is Cyborg. Like, what? I like Cyborg as a character, but, come on. So, you're telling me Sentient Alfred did what Darkseid never could. It's a bit ridiculous.
Never underestimate Alfred.
Oh, God. I know he beat Superman up in Injustice, but like, come on, this is just daft.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Fucking thank you.
And I do like the duality with Murder Machine and Cyborg. You know, the concepts that he brings to him, going like, if you give into your machinery, this makes you even stronger. And there is some truth into that, but the way it's handled isn't explored fully, but I do like how they address it. And I would like to see more of this in the future.
Just about to burp then.
Yes, indeed.
Also, that was still smoke.
Little robot, little metallics, but...
I forgot I was going to say that. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Have we said everything you wanted to say?
I was going to say something, but I completely forgot. Thank you.
Hashtag Sentient Alfred for life.
Alright.
You're going to get kicks in the balls in a minute. Anyway, you're going to explain,
Dawnbreaker, the Green Lantern Batman.
Again.
Basically,
Do you want to explain the next two?
Joe Chill just kills Batman's parents. Then the Green Lantern ring finds him.
You sound very enthusiastic about this
takes
one.
him over. No, I really like this story. It's just that we've heard it so many times.
No, we've heard this Green Lantern one before as well. Do you want me to do this one?
Basically,
it's on Earth -32. We get the normal Batman scenario of Bruce Wayne's parents being shot and killed by Joe Chill. Yeah. But in this timeline, the Green Lantern ring comes to Bruce out of the sign of will he shows, conquering his fear. And being a young child who's just watched his parents get shot, he decides, I'm going to tear this bloke apart. And his willpower is so strong, it overpowers the ring, and he lets darkness into it, which starts creating these horrifyingly drawn but really cool monsters. And he basically incinerates Joe Chill.
I have a question.
Go on.
Why is it not the Red Lantern ring?
Well, it's not rage at this point. No, because it's will that conquers fear. Why isn't it fear? Because he's terrified out of his...
Yeah, why isn't it just all three then?
Can we... Yeah.
Like,
When you start thinking about this, yeah.
It's all three.
Anyway, Bruce claims that he wants his parents back, and he tries bringing them back in these horrific zombie form after incinerating Joe Chill.
And also makes them into monsters.
Yeah, this artwork is horrifying.
And also, Scarecrow is Yellow Lantern as well. Apparently from that.
Anyway,
yeah, it looks a lot like it.
He's not, right?
Yeah,
anyway,
but it looks like
a few years later, Bruce Wayne has become Green Lantern, but he's a murderer. Right, in these next, which I think are hilarious, right? This moment, especially,
he
the way
throws
he kills
Penguin into the fucking
into an asteroid belt, right? But it's all portrayed really realistically, and it's just hilarious. But unlike a normal Green Lantern, since he's let darkness into his ring, he can create a blackout, which creates 100 scary monsters in the dark, and even I'm not over. Anyway, he kills Gordon. He kills the Green Lantern Corps because they're douches.
They tried to stop him from doing his thing, and then he just...
And he absorbs the big Lantern Corps after ripping the Guardians' heads off, and becomes Dawnbreaker. And then, as normal, the world collapses, and the Batman who laughs goes, "Hey, mate, why don't you come up here? It's cool, and we can take over." Alright, so what do you think of this one?
Overall, I think it's actually really good. It's dark, it's gritty, and also it's something that the Green Lantern movie should have been.
Oh, and in the modern day, when he thrashes Hal, it's actually quite cool as well.
Oh god, he just sends his monster straight after him and just...
Yeah, right.
Nearly kills him, and then Dr. Fate intervenes.
Yeah, Dr. Fate saves them all, by the way. Spoilers, but not really. Anyway, but
oh god,
what I like about this story especially is I love the gritty artwork. And I like how it accompanies the Green Lantern monsters, because there are some horrifying imagery in this one.
This one?
Like it goes from like hilarious with Sentient Alfreds to like downright monstrosities coming out of a dark Green Lantern ring. And I know we've had evil lanterns in the past, but this is just great in execution. I really like how this one taps into the rage side of Bruce quite a bit. Because he's very violent. He tears people's heads off in this. He reanimates corpses. It's just really dark.
We are.
Have you got anything else to say about Dawnbreaker?
Only that, if it is going to be tapping into the rage side of him, it should just be... Give him the fucking red... give him the red ring!
You know, I think all of them would have been better except the Green Lantern ring, if I'm being honest. But I'm not a big Green Lantern person.
Wait, what about...
So...
No, I don't think the
Sapphire,
blue.
no, Sapphire Blue. And...
Yeah, no, because his
I know,
ring...
but I don't think...
The blue Lantern ring, that was
getting...
from Superman, because
yeah,
Hope.
I think we're getting a bit off topic here.
Off topic,
we're not talking... Green Lantern's
also...
I like the logo. Again, I've already said I like all the logos. Okay, am I explaining? Okay.
We are an Aquawoman.
Okay. No, it's not.
Aquawoman.
Drowned.
Batwoman.
Her name's Drowned.
I'm calling her whatever I fucking want.
So you said everything you want about Dawnbreaker. Great. No flaws whatsoever.
Ugh. When you just finish a fucking Budweiser. Jesus Christ.
Oh, so you're rubbing up. Okay, my only flaw with Dawnbreaker is I think it's a bit like the other one, it's unnecessarily hilarious for the wrong reasons. But I do think it's much better than Murder Machine. But anyway,
yeah, I haven't really got much to say about Drowned.
Okay, Drowned starts off with emerging from the ocean of Aquaman's hometown, and surprisingly, she drowns the entire place.
MSG Bay.
Right. She drowns this while monologuing to herself, and she basically turns Arthur's hometown into Waterworld. No, into Waterworld. Right, but then she's confronted by Aquaman and her.
Mira.
Yeah, I don't like saying her name. I don't know why. Alright, they engage in a little bit of a fight, but it's really one-sided considering Drowned wrecks them both. Then it cuts to a flashback of Earth minus 11, where Batwoman explains how the male version of Catwoman, was killed in this universe.
You mean Catman?
Well, yeah, whatever. No one cares. I don't want to say the names because anyway. Basically, the Atlanteans came declaring peace. Batwoman wasn't having this because she's a paranoid sod, like all of the Batmen out there. I'm just warning you. If the world's ended, it's most likely Batman's fault. Anyway, she goes to war with them, kills Aquawoman, and then the Atlanteans don't stop coming like she predicted. If she killed the Queen, they'd stop coming, but they don't. And these War of the World looking monsters start flooding the world. So she infuses herself with Aquawoman's body, I think it is, or it may just be some random Atlantean. And she basically is able to rule underwater. And she develops a new power of the army of the dead, which is basically seawater bacteria. If we're being honest, it's just a coral. It's just really a black coral.
Also,
right?
The Batman Who Laughs can apparently breathe underwater.
Yeah, when he shows up to it. Anyway, she takes over an underwater Gotham, but before it is destroyed, she's recruited by Batman Who Laughs to help Barbados take over. Anyway, it cuts to modern day of her backfighting Arthur and Right.
What's with you and that name?
It reminds me of Pera. I'm not over that. Anyway,
I'm over it.
So you're just there. Anyway, so she infects Mira with this virus, with a virus thingamabob, and it turns her into a zombie underwater demon thing. But before she can get Aquaman, he's taken by Fate. Yeah, they'll be dead. I've been watching too much Marvel. Anyway, and basically she's left to rule, and she's like, yeah, I'm bloody cool. I'm underwater and all this lot. Do you have much to say about this story?
No.
I mean, it's good.
I just think she's okay.
No,
really.
I think her backstory is really glossed over, like the next one, who I just really don't like. But again, it's a cool concept, and I do like the undead water art. I think when Mira appears, in that zombie-looking form, it's actually quite horrifying. Look at that slow transition.
Oh, terrifying.
And I do actually like her design, but it's nothing too amazing or deep.
No.
Other than I lost my boyfriend and my family. I'm turning into a fish woman.
Well, we are.
I don't want her part of my world.
We are on to Drowned. No, not Drowned. Merciless.
Oh, just as boring.
Nothing really to say about this one. Only that Merciless. He lost Wonder Woman and Justice League to Ares. Put on the helmet
on his world, yeah.
And just
became the God of War.
Yeah, and then it turns out Wonder Woman was still alive and he killed her. Yeah.
And in the modern day, there's a little subplot of him trying to break into the military, and they have a plan to kill him, which doesn't work, and he forces them to fight for him. Basically, this one isn't too bad. I do like the twist that it turns out he killed Wonder Woman. I think that's a nice little thing, because in this one, I do like Batman's kind of like questions his morality in this situation, and when he is corrupted, he does just become a god of war, basically. He's what Ares wishes he could be. He's got people kneeling to him, he's forcing people to fight for him, and he's got that Dark Knight Returns look to him. But other than that, this is more of a cool concept, if anything, but I don't think it's developed that much. Like, when he loses Wonder Woman, it's not really elaborated on or anything, and, like, the stakes aren't really raised that high for me, so it's just a bit flat for me.
Although we all did the best one yet.
This is my favourite. This is my personal favourite one, the Devastator.
Batman and Doomsday. Oh yeah, that
one, and I've got a lot to say about this one.
Okay, so Batman makes a Doomsday virus. Wait, is it?
No,
make it?
the Doomsday virus is. Do you want me to do this one?
Yeah.
Because considering I'm a big DC nut, basically, in this world, Batman put, like all the worlds, on I can't remember which planet, Earth this is. I don't think it really matters that much, but you know, it's always nice for content.
Say it.
I was there a minute ago. -1. Oh, that's it. Anyway, basically, it starts off with Devastator taking out most of the Justice League, who were left after the events of Metal, right? And he's fighting Lobo, trying to get to the Fortress of Sword Shoot to get a device for Barbados. Basically, long story short, he's owned all of them, and he lobs Lobo into the goddamn sun. This is how it opens, and it's fantastic. Anyway, it cuts to Metropolis a day ago, with Jimmy and Lois ready to report on the towers that have been appearing, when suddenly the Devastator appears to Lois as Bruce, infects her with a virus, and turns into the Devastator, explaining his backstory. Nice references to Batman v Superman here. But it cuts to his world where Batman's talking about how Superman just turned on everybody and they couldn't figure out why. And Superman, he's killed everyone, basically, and Batman's the only one left, but his arm's blasted off. And Superman has a little monologue going, "Are you serious, Bruce? I could kill you instantly and everyone think you should beat me. Why are they still making films about me and you fighting? This is like clearly a one-sided fight." The whole thing is, if he goes all out, Superman will destroy Batman.
When you really think about it, the people that always say, "Oh, you can beat Superman," they have never read a comic in their life, most probably.
But don't get me wrong, I'm the biggest Batman fan out there, but even I admit, Superman would thrash Batman.
And even Batman has admitted that if Superman went all out...
More than one occasion. Anyway, with Batman using a kryptonite spear, his arm's blasted off, and he's resorted to one last hope. He infects himself with the Doomsday virus, which is from Superman Doom, where Superman gets infected with it. But basically, Batman infects himself with it, turns into a Doomsday monster, and breathes this kryptonite gas into Superman after beating the crap out of him, right? Which rips him apart from the inside. But by the time he realises what he's done, it's too late, and the entire world has been destroyed by Superman. But the Batman who laughs goes, "Hey, I've got a world like normal to everyone else who I've talked to, right? Where Superman hasn't killed everyone yet."
You want to join my Power Ranger team?
Yeah, basically. The Ginyu Force! Batman! Right, it cuts to modern day, and it turns out Bruce is infecting all of Metropolis with the Doomsday virus so they can all defend themselves from Superman. But he's interrupted by Supergirl and her team, and he starts beating the crap out of her because we need an action thing. But it turns out he's infected Lois with the main virus, and she's spreading it, and she's slowly turning into a monster. And she locks Jonathan, Superman's son, out in this world, through an unbreakable room, because Superman just happens to have that on the side of him, right, while everyone else around him turns into Doomsday monsters.
Bruce probably built that, to be fair.
Yeah. Anyway. And that's basically the main story of it. Honestly, I absolutely love this story. We're not talking about that one yet.
No, we're not.
No, we've got to talk about this story. Right, anyway. The Devastator plot is personally my favourite one. Mainly because it does tackle a lot of Batman and analyses him, especially with the Superman confrontation. Like, the first page is a jab at... The first proper fight against him is a jab at Batman v Superman. Where Superman literally goes, "Really? Out of everything you could have brought to fight me, a spear? A spear? Are you kidding me? And it does show a massive gap difference between Batman and Superman. It shows the characters at their finest, and you do see, and unlike some of the other ones, you understand why Bruce is the way he is. Because in this one, Superman betrayed him and everyone and killed them all. So when he's in the modern world as Devastator, his motives are completely justifiable. You understand why he wants to evolve the human race the way they do, but the way he enforces it is what makes him the villain. That's what makes him really compelling for me. And let's be honest, and he's got probably my favourite design. Just a big monster with a cape. It's just fantastic. And I really like the artwork. It's more New 52, if anything. And you know that Rebirth style a bit, but it just works. And all the elements in this story just come together to make this conclusive character. When he goes in DC Metal, I'm really upset because I wanted to see more of him. He is just a fantastic character. The only flaw is when it actually goes to normal, it goes to the modern day. Like there's a little side stuff with the logo. I think we're not shown enough of it, but that's my biggest problem. I want more of this. I want more. What do you have to say about the story?
Anything that you just said, it's...
Do you have any complaints?
Not really.
It's just
a pretty solid story.
It's such a tightly written story. Anyway, shall we go to everyone's favourite? I'm not talking about the last chapter with Detective Chimp. I'll save that for Metal.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we talk about Metal eventually. Anyway.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
For the story everybody loves in this book.
The Batman Who Laughs. Woo! Now this one's easy. Earth 20...
Minus 22. You're starting in the wrong place. Alright. Alright, calm down. Touching my booby.
Bat Joker is playing cards with a mysterious figure. Pretty sure it's Superman, but you know.
I know who it is, but I'm not saying.
Yeah, don't.
I'm not ruining it.
Please don't. Please.
Read Metal.
And it goes to the past on Earth minus 22, where the Joker has captured Batman and is burning Gotham to the ground. And in this case, Joker knows who Batman is. He knows who Bruce Wayne is and starts killing kids' parents right in front of him.
Set up as the alleyway.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, he's killed several characters at this point, including Selena Kyle and Oswald and stuff. But basically, he's re-instructed this little act of people and their children walking down the alleyway, and he's shooting them and infecting them with Joker gas and claiming, "You're gonna love the new Gotham." I will never do that again. Right.
And Batman's
to push Batman.
And it does. Batman just kills Joker, chokes him to death, and Joker gas is infected inside of Batman.
He's odds him. Snaps his neck. However, it turns out a few days later. Oh, I'm sorry.
2 days.
2 days later.
So a couple of days later.
Yeah, 2. Right. Basically, all the people who were infected by the Joker virus, by the Gotham attacks, couldn't be returned to normal, including the orphanage, which Batman's looking over. But since GCPD and most of Gotham is in shackles, yeah, Superman has to take care of them. Right. A few more days pass, and Batman's training up the Bat family, but he's added some sort of new difficulty, and they're all questioning what's going on. Batman has called them there, and he reveals that the Joker released a virus into him. It was only small, but would infect the closest person to him, which starts twisting Batman's mind. And when the Bat family go, "We can help you," yeah, Batman turns around, pulls 2 machine guns out, SMGs, right, and shoots them all to death except for Damian. Killing them all. And it's clear at this point he's turned. Even more time later, we have got probably one of the most gruesome comic pages I've ever looked at in my life, as it shows the Justice League torn apart with limbs hanging out, melted, eyes bleeding, literally a rib cage on the floor, and Batman's monologuing to Superman how it was so much fun. And he's saying some twisted stuff. He's like, oh Jesus Christ, I don't even want to read some of this because it's that dark. Basically, right, he's got Clark's family. He's mocking about how he's only ever going to get to do this once. And this is when we realise how twisted Batman could really be. Oh, and we see what he's done to... He's got these the orphans on chains from earlier as these cannibalistic Robins. And Damian, who is twisted into into a little demon from the looks of it. Christ. Right. And long story short, the way he finally finishes Superman off, he throws a modified black piece of kryptonite at him, which forces him and Jonathan to tear each other apart, along with Lois. And at this point, he monologues saying how he just destroyed everything. God's monsters, he was always one step ahead of them. He killed everyone. He destroyed everything. He became the best of Batman and the Joker. However, when he realised his world was dying, he was recruited by Barbados in order to take over the normal multiverse and drag it to the dark multiverse. Right. As he puts it at the beginning of the book, right, it's clear when all the cards line up correctly on the table, but it's strange when one card appears, one single card, and changes the entire game completely. And this is when the Batman Who Laughs reveals the scariest part of this entire thing, probably. The entire dark multiverse, where it's not just Batman-infused characters. All of the DC universe have nightmare incarnations. Superman and Darkseid, Flash and Toymaker, Superman and Parasite. Right. And to end the comic, in my opinions, he monologues about how great he is. And to close it, he goes, for you to see, a Batman who laughs is a Batman who wins. And that's how the Dark Knight story comes to an end. Jesus Christ. Like, that one is fantastic on its own, that last story. It dives into what makes Batman and the Joker work. Right. And it shows you how twisted Batman could be. It shows, like... God, you like damaging your books. Right. It really shows why Batman does the certain things he was and what his potential is. There's a bit where he's got all the Justice League weapons and he explains to Superman that the real reason he wanted them was to use them, even if he didn't see it back then. And it's quite disturbing. You know, especially that Robin bit section, where you see all the zombie Robins and them eating people. And Damien especially, who he twisted up. It reminds me a lot of Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, you know, a bit what he does to Tim.
Yeah.
But just on a new scale.
This was just dark videos from one of my favourite writers and artists, so...
It is really good. Right.
Because the same guy that, written and did the art for it is the same one that's done the Constantine novels,
I do like how it shows how dangerous a Batman Joker hybrid could really be.
We already knew
but this is the full potential. The only little complaint I have about this story... What's up with his mask? Like, this is more of his design in general. I love it, but what's up with his mask? How does he see?
Yeah, I just gonna ask.
Yeah. Is he Daredevil? Ben Affleck, you've been doing more than we expected. God. Anyway, what would you rank them in order?
Oh yeah, sure. I forgot to do the ratings.
Worst to best. No, don't do the best. No, don't do the best. No, just do. We're not doing fucking. We're not IGN. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So worst to best.
Merciless is the worst.
I agree with that.
Drowned is the second worst. Yeah, I'll say that.
Alright, go on.
Okay. Red Death after that. Dawnbreaker after that. Devastator after that. Murder Machine after that, and The Batman Who Laughs.
That's a bit of a different order than mine. Alright, mine would be... Worst would be Merciless.
Yeah.
Followed up by Drowned. Then it'd be Murder Machine.
Fair enough.
Then it'd be Dawnbreaker, Red Death, Batman Who Laughs, and Devastator.
Wow.
Again, very different, but I like the personal aspects that it dives into, and, you know, me and you being big Batman nutters. That's another statement. Watch the Batcast, please, starting now. Right.
Don't
No, do not watch that. We have face reveals. It's not nice.
I don't want my face revealed.
Right.
My Twitter's already cancerous.
Again, I think this, and again, as a massive Batman fan, I would definitely recommend this. This is probably my favourite Elseworld stories of all time. Just in general, not just Batman exclusive. So yeah, Do you think that's a wrap for the Dark Knight's Rising?
Yeah. Oh, personally, I'm gonna be like putting that Twitter in the description and shit.
Probably.
Yay! I get more followers. Yay!
Okay. Right. Shall we go to section 2?
Yeah. Wait. Should we just?
Yeah. We'll go to section 2 right after these messages, which don't exist yet. Right, that was the little break, even though it doesn't seem like that to you. We do not apologise at all. Stop slamming the table, God. Your mum must hate you. You were not raised with equality as a kid. The thing just fell on the floor. Great. Anyway, it works. Anyway, so this section is going to be about the current state of Dragon Ball. Stop blowing to it, God. I'll blow you in a minute, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Please.
Anyway, so if you don't know already, Dragon Ball Super ended earlier this year.
Fucking weeb.
So you're the weebie,
Yeah,
right? And you're the one who got the pop figures out. God.
And you're the one who owns all the Assassination Classroom.
Yeah, shut up. Right. You're not a full metal. You cannot talk. Right. Anyway.
Shut up. Fuck.
Anyway, right. Other than us both weebing out, right. So Dragon Ball Heroes has just started.
First episode is kind of shit.
Yeah. I was about to ask it. Right. So what are your thoughts on that so far?
Well, the second episode was certainly better than the first one. You want to know why? Because the pacing was actually...
Alright, shall we review episode 1 first? So what happens in episode 1 is, if you don't know, Dragon Ball Heroes is a Japanese exclusive game. Which is basically fan service, the card game. And they decided, well, to make some promotional material, let's make a short anime on it. Right, with each episode being 8 minutes, which is not enough time for a plot, I'm just warning you. Anyway, so it cuts to Time Patrol, Goku and Vegeta. They're training like normal, then the mysterious Fu from the Xenoverse games comes in, says Trunks has been locked up on a planet. He takes him there and it turns out to be a trap. Right.
And they face Super Saiyan 4 Goku!
It's Super Saiyan Blue versus Super Saiyan 4.
Which was kind of shit.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Right. And then it just really ends there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it reveals Cooler's there.
Oh, and Cooler's there with Trunks who escaped his prison cell.
Oh no, Bojack is there somewhere.
Oh god, that's not so... Anyway.
Yeah.
So, anyway, what did you think of the first episode?
Boring.
Didn't like it.
Yeah,
no.
it's...
Right, for something that's 8 minutes, it has no pacing whatsoever. Right, but you know what winds me up the most about this? Right, there is so much potential here.
Now imagine, Super Saiyan 4 and Blue have been, in a competition for years. People have been comparing them. People want
since 2015.
And they lived on it by making a really shit fight.
Basically, it's punch, transform, punch, Kamehameha. That's basically all it is.
Even Xenoverse has better service.
Right, no, don't get me wrong. Right, Xenoverse 2 story that they did for DLC 6 was far better, and that's saying something. Right, it's not bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. Xenoverse 2 is a very unwell-balanced game, but the story stuff's really good in that game. But no, that bit is complete fan service. It's just 100%ed it. It's a goddamn nightmare.
Even though it's pretty much the fucking same as Xenoverse fucking 1.
Did you even play Xenoverse 1?
A little bit.
I did. I played it fully. I have a valid opinion. Yes, you are right. Anyway, so yeah, I said it. Anyway, so the problem is, right, you have such a potential because let's be honest, everybody loves fan service in Dragon Ball. Everybody.
I love fan service in general.
Yeah, right. You know when people go, oh my god, Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Goku, oh, right, fighting, or Golden Cooler, oh my god, or I don't know, Boo and Janemba fusing, right, Super Swoopers, it's mind blowing.
And you want to know something?
And the delivery is 8 minutes of not even a plot or really any proper fight. Could you imagine if these were 20-minute plots of a good fight?
That would be really good.
Right, I have my problems with Dragon Ball Super, obviously, but I'll give it this. At least the fights are really good. Right? So, and since it's the same animation, technically, I just expected more. I know it's just advertising the game, but it's just more the potential that was there. Right, that's my biggest problem with it. And even that for what it is, it's just kind of... It feels like more filler than GT. Am I going to get killed for saying that?
Yes.
I don't care. Right, I like GT though.
I got kicked out of Dragon Ball Group because I said sarcastically that...
Enough of your sex life.
That seeing porn on the timeline was perfection. I got kicked out for that. Got back in, and now I can't even find the group anymore because I think they blocked me from it.
Anyway, basically, they stopped fighting because they realised who the real bad guy is. Anyway, and then it cuts to episode 2 where the new villain Kumba...
Not
right. Kumba appears and Goku tries fighting him, but its ki can turn anyone evil. Because an evil Goku has never been done before. like ever.
Super Rashi.
Be quiet. Anyway, so I like Goku Black for disclaimer. I really do. Anyway, so basically Goku. Oh God, the amount of times I say that in one evening, it's fantastic. Right. He stopped by Cooler and Trunks, and Cooler turns out has a goddamn golden form because they had to steal something from Frieza. What are you doing? No. No. Right. Anyway, right.
Sorry.
Right, Cooler has his golden form because, of course, fan service. I mean, to be fair, this is fan service I like because it doesn't get in the way of anything. But anyway, and then at the end, it ends on another stupid cliffhanger, and we're gonna get Vegito versus Kumba. Oh, it's not. What do you think of episode 2?
Much more better. I actually got action in it this time. May not be the best action, but at least it has something.
It's like those fights in the Tournament of Power you don't care about. It's like that. But I do like the Berserk Goku design. The evil key thing. With the no eye things, because it reminds me a lot of Super Saiyan Berserk from Lord Slug. Reminds me a lot of that. Stop hugging the pillow, God. You're not watching Beaches, all right? Calm down. Oi. Right, stop throwing at me either, you girl. Right. For the record, that does not mean anything as an insult. It's just that my girlfriend hits me with them all the time. You know who you're listening. Right. So, anyway, get your boobs off. So, right. This was supposed to be a Dragon Ball discussion, Christ. Anyway, so, do you have any wishes for heroes? Other than to fix the pacing.
Make a good action scene.
Yeah, like they're all on the. I know, but even then, for these fan servicey things, like Kaioken Blue Vegito, right? You would have thought they'd put more effort into it, but they don't.
That's just for something that's Dragon Ball, which is built upon good fight scenes and that lot. You kind of would expect it.
I know, but even for what it is, it still feels underdeveloped. It's cool seeing, but it's not reinforced by anything.
I get it's a promotional anime. It's meant to promote
the game.
Yeah. But that doesn't stop it from doing anything good and doing something that people would enjoy. People that do use, it's just promotional anime. No. Just because it's promotional doesn't mean it can't just try new things.
I'm trying to think of something good. Hang on, right? You remember, it's kind of the same with the advertisement thing, because you remember, the Transformers TV shows are basically glorified kids adverts, but the way they present themselves makes it a very engaging, emotive narrative.
Transformers Prime, for example.
I think animated's a better example.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, no, because if you think about it from a logical standpoint, Prime wasn't really made for marketing toys.
Yeah, but I've not really seen.
Yeah. Anyway. But enough of Transformers. That's another podcast debate.
Yay.
So heroes. Alright, but speaking of Dragon Ball, because we're not just covering heroes, we're talking about Dragon Ball in general. Right? What do you think? Right. Recently, it was announced that the new Super movie, which I was looking forward to quite a bit, the main villain's becoming Broly.
However, he is going to be done by Toriyama himself, and from the look of it, I do kind of like the design. I'm not gonna lie.
I do like the design, but I'm also still a bit disappointed that we're resorting to Broly again.
No, you know Jordan, right?
No.
I don't think anyone here will fuck you, but
Right.
he said, because 3 old films are getting released in cinemas again.
Yeah.
Broly, Janemba, and Bardock.
Yeah.
We're getting Broly this year. We'll have to bring him back, some old villains.
I'm not happy with that though. I want this franchise to move on. Stop going back. Right, there was a reason why I wasn't happy when Frieza was revealed to be in the Tournament of Power. I mean, it was a good execution, don't get me wrong, but I still wasn't happy. Right, I want Super to move on, but it's not, which is winding me up quite a bit. Because I remember Jack said, "Oh, it's entirely a new character." No, it's not. It's still Broly. No matter how much he's rewritten, it's still Broly. Kale, in the end, is still Broly. I'm sorry. Right. It's just, I want something fresh and new. And that gorgeous animation, I was just expecting something a bit better. And even then, out of all of them to go back to, they go back to the most obvious fan servicey one. Right? Really? I'm still excited for this, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I'm just disappointed. I wanted something better. can you see which angle I'm coming from at least?
Yes.
I'm still excited for it. Don't get me wrong, but like, come on. We've had 3 Broly movies. He recently got put in Fighters. Yeah, Broly's got his fans definitely. I'm not a big Broly fan though.
The only reason people like Broly is just because he's strong.
And, don't worry. I didn't. Unlike a lot of people, I didn't mind Kale. I actually like Khalifa quite a bit, even being honest. Right.
Yeah, people don't hate her, but at least she's not Vivian.
Oh no! Right.
we can't say that she's a good character because internet.
And I actually don't, and I'm not a big fan of them both used. Kefla.
Oh really?
I prefer Khalifa on her own.
Anyway, we needed a reason to get Ultra Instinct back.
I don't like the Ultra Instinct fight in that one. Anyway, that's for unpopular opinion moment. Anyway, and in recent news as well. Base Goku and Vegeta have been announced for Fighters. You can sit forward a bit so they might go.
Oh yeah,
right. Base Goku and Vegeta have been announced for Fighters, as just stated, and Baby Mark II and Kefla have been announced for Xenoverse 2 DLC. What are your thoughts on this?
I do not mind base form Goku and Vegeta being announced for
Fighters.
Yeah, because in the end it's the Saiyan and the Frieza arc too. You can obviously tell by the designs and the powers.
Also, since the Saiyan Saga is my favourite arc in Dragon Ball, so...
I saw this morning when I woke up, someone in the group chat said that, oh, Fighters has the worst DLC content. I just went, no, they don't. Yeah, I mean, I can see why people are getting pissed about Goku and Vegeta base form, but we had Bardock, we had Broly, we got Fused Zamasu, we got Vegito, which have all pleased a lot of people. So saying it's just got bad DLC...
No, right, again, and all these characters are very unique. That's the thing I've always liked about Fighters. Every character feels different enough. Right, they've all got the same base controls, but, the movesets and all that lot, it's very different, and I absolutely love that factor about it. But, I get why people are angry about base Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah, I can see
right, because we've got, when it comes to Goku characters especially, right, we've got Super Saiyan Goku, we've got Goku Super Saiyan Blue, and I'm still calling it Super Saiyan Blue, I'm not calling it Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, I don't care who you are. We've got Vegito, who's still a very similar, essence, Vegito Blue, right, we've got Goku Black,
yeah.
We've got Bardock, that's a lot of Goku lookalikes, right, and with, Vegeta, you can say Vegeta Blue, and Vegito again. Right, because Vegeta was basically a faster Super Saiyan Blue. Vegeta, I'll fight people for that. Right, but I do see why people would be annoyed, but I'm still looking forward to him because as stated, the Saiyan Saga is my favorite arc in Dragon Ball. I just love that arc so much. Right, I like the base form designs anyway, and I do think with the right amount of thought process, they can be unique characters. Like, could you imagine base form Goku using like the power pole and stuff? Or base Vegeta using his earth-shattering Gatling gun as a finisher? How cool would that be? Or maybe we could get a Great Ape reference finally.
And one thing that's just going through my mind, people are really ignoring all the problems Xenoverse 2 has got. You see a lot of people ignoring, YouTubers such as Steedoy, Bickle, or
stuff like that.
Yeah, they obviously, I mean more like the fans that don't do YouTube videos and just play for the sake of it.
It's not a balanced game at all. Right. And if you enjoy it, that's completely fine. But if you're still oblivious to it being fixed, it's not. Certain characters are clearly better than other ones, and if you try and make that argument against Fighters, you're wrong, because every character can be taken advantage of in some way, shape, or form, right, in a much more simpler way, but you can also make it more complex. So you can master Krillin, for God's sake, and still stand a chance. You master Krillin, and you can still barely stand a chance. You can barely stand a chance in Xenoverse 2, really, can you?
Nah.
If someone's Gogeta, or a certain character, they're nearly almost guaranteed to win. It's like a 70% boost. It's just ridiculous. And I don't like, right, I think Xenoverse 2 has had enough DLC. Right, you can't release a season pass and not include other bits of DLC. That's my golden rule.
Oh yeah, didn't they release a second season pass?
And before anyone says Fighters, Yeah, but Fighters was a character pass anyway. It was never said it was a season pass. Xenoverse 2 marketed itself as a season pass. I got the season pass version specifically, and I still had to buy 2 separate DLC packs. And they're releasing another one. Alright? That's not good selling content. And I get that the game's meant to go on for a while, but at this point, I think Xenoverse 2 is so over-convoluted and such a unbalanced mess that I just can't enjoy it anymore.
Oh, can we talk about how bad the netcoding is in it?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah. If you've seen, like, so many videos, including, like, Steedoy, Reflux, especially Reflux, because...
Reflux is best girl.
Say what you want about PC. Xenoverse 2 on PC is absolute fucking shite. And you want to know why? Because that netcoding is absolutely bullshit.
It is. It's horrid.
Like, compared to Xbox and PS4, it's just terrible. Yeah, PS4 and Xbox have bad netcoding for Xenoverse, but PC, fucking hell. Like, sometimes it feels like you're fighting Ultra Instinct Goku. You can't fucking hit them.
Yeah, you're stealing that meme already, aren't you? Ultra Instinct!
Yeah.
But again, yeah, right, it's not a balanced game, right? Also, it's at the point where I don't even think I could recommend it anymore. But I do like, the people who enjoy it, I'm really glad they do. And I'm glad it's getting a bit more content, but I still do feel ripped off that. Right, are you ready for the Season Pass thing?
Yeah.
So for the main Season Pass, you got the 4 main DLC packs, which I did like, I'm not going to lie. Then you get a separate Season Pass for 5 and 6. And I'm betting you there's going to be a separate one for 7 and 8. Right, you're looking at roughly around 3 Season Passes. And that's just wrong to me, in general.
One thing I am glad that they have addressed, I am glad, because I forgot to just add this on, I'm glad that they're trying to fix the netcoding. But my concern is they're not going to be fully fixed. You
like
wanna know
normal.
And you want to know why? Because it's gotten so bad to the point that it's pretty much unfixable.
I think the biggest thing when my hype for Xenoverse 2 died was when they released DLC Pack 5. Because then they added all this stuff that I didn't want. You know, like that little figure thing, whatever it was called, the Colosseum.
Oh,
that was garbage.
Like everyone I met, they all defended it, saying, "Oh, it's really good." I'm just like, no, it's a slow ass Dokkan.
Yeah, and that's saying something, and I hate Dokkan.
Like, I actually enjoy Dokkan. I think it's...
I don't. I can't stand it.
I like both Legends and...
I can't stand it, but that's more me. I just think tapping balls gets boring after a while. Right, but I think DLC Pack 5 also introducing the microtransactions, and then DLC Pack 6 further using the limit burst system.
And people still...
No. The limit burst system had potential, but I think it's such an unfocused and broken mess considering how much they've got to keep up with. The only DLC pack thing that I think really was worth it was DLC Pack 6 Story Mode. I think that's actually really good. Pain in the ass to 100%, but really good nonetheless.
The two bad limit bursts that I think we need to mention. Super Armor! And
don't give me that, you can grab argument. No, that's not fucking fair.
And Auto Block. Auto Block is terrible. You wanna know why? Let me rewind time!
Again, I just... do you think these new characters could bring any balance, or do you think it's going to do what it normally does and things up even more?
I think it can go either way, actually.
Nothing ever gets balanced in this game. Alright, there are just certain characters that are destined to win. Gogeta is almost destined to win every time. Vegito Blue is almost destined to win every single time. Alright? Ultra Instinct and Jiren, right, well, it's kind of representative of the show, really, at that point, isn't it? They're just destined to win.
Actually, with Goku, it's kind of a gamble, due to the fact that...
Oh, yeah, because if you know how to abuse the blocking function on him, then, yeah, you can destroy him. So, but even then, Jiren, if you send one person flying and use meditation, his ultimate can one-kill you. I don't say it's easy to block. No, it isn't. It may be to you, but guess what? I'm not as skilled as you, and you can go suck a duck.
If you're far away, it can dash towards you and hit you. If you teleport behind him, it can just hit you from behind, and you're caught up on it. And then say, oh, well, I can just, oh, fuck.
I can just block it and dodge.
No, I meant, yeah, basically dodge.
Dodge.
But if you get, like, hit by it, like, 2 attacks, you're pretty much done. especially if it's a prolonged match.
And again, right, and something else.
Oh, evasive. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Again, I do like how they've added a customizable mentor system, but I just don't think they've implemented it well.
And not to mention, God, the amount of TP medals you have to pay out for them.
It's like they're trying to get you to pay for the microtransaction.
Yeah, which people also defended.
Again, if it was all right, my normal argument is, if it's only cosmetic, right, then it's acceptable. And even then, that's a stretch. If it's for stuff that doesn't affect the main game, I think that's kind of acceptable. Yeah. I don't encourage it, but if you have to have them in there, that's how I like them. But Xenoverse 2, no, that's not how it is.
Like the people saying that, but it's only for the Coliseum. No,
it's not.
If you're a new player, you
can get all the great moves first. You can get all the great clothing first. And by the way, yes, the stats do affect you at that point in the game. Oh. Right? And yes, it doesn't affect online play that much, but it can in the Hero Coliseum.
Oh, and also, guess what else is in the move store? Orba Slide. And that is just my argument there.
In conclusion, we're done with Xenoverse 2. Heroes had potential, but I don't think it's ever going to live up to it. And yeah, I am excited for the new movie, but I just do think it's been wasted. I do think a bit of it's a bit disappointing for the Broly introduction again.
One game I just forgot. What? Legends.
I hadn't played enough of Legends, so I can't say how.
I've been playing it quite a bit. I think it's genuinely a fun little game. You do actually need to get good at it. Unlike Dokkan, where you can just play it, you actually have to play this game. Like, if you need a dodge, you actually need a dodge. If you need
FS, I can put them in the tags now.
If you need to attack, there are these cards at the bottom which will let you attack, do massive damage.
Massive damage.
Basically, unlike Dokkan, you could just play it.
It's a fun game.
With Dokkan, you could just relax. With Legends, you can't.
Well, it's pick your poison, isn't it? Really, yeah. It's really. Do you like slow paced games or do you like fast paced?
I like both of them, to be fair. So
yeah, fair enough. Good for you. I can't get into one of them, and I haven't played enough of Legends to make an honest opinion about it. So
yeah, people absolutely rape it. So censor that one out.
No. You're going to hell now.
Oh, this video's been demonetized already. Perfect start.
I need 1,000 subscribers before that's possible.
I'll make it like 5 houses.
Get the bots ready.
Yeah, we're gonna race scum this shit.
Oh jeez, already gotta put him in the tags now and everything.
Oh, how about we put Jake Paul in there?
All right. I think we've abused him enough.
Maybe Logan.
Oh, shut up. Right. So.
Fuck off.
Don't feed the attention. Anyway, have we wrapped it up for this?
I think we pretty much wrapped it up for Dragon
Ball. Well, even though we didn't really talk about the DLC characters that much, but I don't think it matters at this point. I think we've ranted enough. Alright, I think we'll move on to the next section.
Yep.
Alright, in a minute.
Fuck off.
Kyle, have you... Obligatory making a noise that you cannot surprise. Okay, right. So, Kyle, you are aware of unpopular opinions, aren't you?
Yeah. Like your dickhead with a horse mouth.
You're the horse mouth of anything. God. I'm the bat.
I
don't know why we even call this bats and owls. It should be bats and goddamn... But they're all clappies and horses, if anything. Don't hit your nuts like that again. God. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about unpopular opinions because we hated ourselves. Yeah, so, and since I'm such a good friend, I'm going to let you go first. On the movie section. Go on. I'll let you start.
The first Alien is a very overrated movie.
Oh, God! Jeez, God, you are starting strong. Alright, do you want to explain why?
Well, it's really dated. Like, yeah, I know it's released in 1979, but so you can kind of say, oh, of course it's dated. Ew!
Stop doing your pirate pretend.
But shut the fuck up. Aliens is just a much better movie in general. Even today, I can still watch it and say, this is a perfectly good movie. With Alien, I watch it and I get bored of it.
I think it depends on what your horror preference is. If I'm being honest, because I know a lot of people prefer the slower, type of horror movies, but I'm completely with you. I think Aliens is a fantastic movie, and I think it overshadows Alien, but I know a lot of people think the opposite.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people think Alien is the defining. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely respect Alien. I respect for what it did for the genre, but yeah, I'm with you.
I say it's too slow for me. It's just...
It takes an hour for the damn thing to show up.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched enough superhero movies to know that, it takes about an hour for the stuff
I will
to get
say
going.
that,
Yeah, that's good.
But I will say this, it is still a good movie. I just don't think it's held up as well as people have made it out to be. But I do get where the praise comes from.
Okay.
Oh, is it my turn then?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Alright, fine, are you ready for this one?
Go on.
If we're already on the subject of Alien, I'm not a big fan of the first Predator.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. I'm not saying the second one.
I think Predator 2 is a far better movie. I think Predator 1 is just a generic Arnie movie. And right, as someone who's not a big... Right, don't get me wrong, I love Commando and the Terminator films, the first two anyway. Even then, I think 2's but that's another one. Right, but I do like Terminator 2 a lot though, but Predator is one I just think's overpraised, if anything. I get why everyone loves it, because it's stupid Arnie action, but for someone who's not a big Arnie fan, it's a bit... I love the Predator design, and I love the Predator kills, it's just... Arnie and a lot of the little elements, like the opening of that, kill it for me.
But did that woman go anyway?
No one knows. Get on the chopper!
Yeah.
Right, but I get why people love it. It's just not for me. I think 2 and Predators is even a better film. I think I've just pissed off the entire sci-fi community in one genre.
I think I did that as the Alien one, to be fair.
What do you think of Predator 1?
Really good film, but I've not seen the second one yet, so I can't really compare it.
I prefer the second one. I just prefer the plotting a lot more better, and it doesn't have Arnie, so that's a plus for me.
Right, so it's my turn now.
And yeah, by the way, I do like Arnie films, but just not that one.
Okay.
Well, that's a lie as well. I only like a few Arnie films.
Okay. George Bush does not care about the American people.
Right, let's go on a serious topic.
No, I was just doing the meme.
I know. I know.
Oh god, movie opinion. Star Wars: A New Hope has not aged well.
Yes, it has. You're wrong.
I'm not wrong. It has not aged well.
Right. But something that revolutionised the film industry, right? I'm sorry, right? You do not know how.
No. You want to know why it hasn't aged well?
Go on. If you bring up the lightsaber fight, I swear to God. Okay, right, so one element makes that entire film dated, does it?
Yes.
No! I completely disagree with you there. I think all the Star Wars movies have held up. The only problem is I just wish we had the original versions to watch. Because I've only got the DVDs of the original cuts. If you said that one hadn't aged well, I'd completely understand. By that I mean only for 2 moments, but even then I wouldn't say it's that bad.
Yeah.
But no, I think that film's aged from lot. You can put that on and still go, this is a great movie. Right? So no, I completely disagree with that.
Right, do you want to know something? Unpopular opinion, motherfucker.
Yeah, but hang on, would you really say that one thing that makes it all completely unwatchable and it's not that good? Because I'm sorry, A New Hope is an amazing film.
I'm not taking it back.
Too bad. Right?
Empire Strikes Back is a much better movie.
Empire Strikes Back is just fantastic in general. Right, and so is Return of the Jedi. I don't care what anyone says. I know that became a popular opinion recently of, Return of the Jedi wasn't that good. Yeah, it was. It's a classic.
It was good.
Anyway, unpopular movie opinion. I could go on Terminator 2, but I do like Terminator 2 quite a bit, so I can't say anything about that.
Yes, you can.
No, I don't like the pace in it, but I'm not going to use Terminator 2 as an example, because I think that's too easy for me. Can I say I don't like much of the MCU?
Yeah.
In fact, no, I've got the most controversial opinion that I've got that everyone disagrees with me. I enjoy the Avengers just as much as Justice League, the movie. Yeah, I can already feel the cringes now. Yeah, right. Don't get me wrong. Right, no, don't get me wrong. Right, comparatively, the Avengers is a far better movie. All right, but I just don't enjoy it that much. Right, But then again, the same could be said about Justice League. I think the Avengers is certainly built up better. But then again, you have to watch Iron Man 2, and I don't want to watch Iron Man 2 ever. Say what you want about Batman v Superman, it's not Iron Man 2 at least, right?
Or Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3. No, that comes after the Avengers. We can't use that one as an example. Or Captain. All right. You can talk about BVS, but you can't talk about those other films properly. Right, but just like I don't know, right? unlike a lot of people, I didn't hate it. I actually enjoyed bits of it. But I say that about the Avengers. I didn't love it, but I do like bits of it. Mostly the third act, but I think the rest of it's just a boring slog. But I think that about Justice League too. But Justice League, like, in comparison, it's a bad movie, but, you know, I get the same enjoyment out of both of them. Though, that being said, I do think Infinity War was a great movie. Well, a good movie, if I'm being honest.
A great event.
Yeah. It's a good movie, alright? It's not... I say great as a bit of a labyrinth, but no, I just think Avengers Infinity War was good. I enjoyed it. I complimented a Marvel movie. I only like about 8 of them.
Okay.
That's an entire different video in itself.
Okay. Okay. I don't really have another movie opinion.
You probably do. It's just building up. Right.
No, I actually don't know.
Fine. Do you want me to go again?
Yeah, you go again.
I like Pacific Rim Uprising. Sue me.
Okay. Well,
I really enjoyed that film. Go on.
I do.
Right.
Black Panther is an overrated movie.
High five. Right. I'm sorry. Black Panther is a drag. I'm sorry.
I know a
lot of people say I can't have taste in Marvel films because I can somehow like For the Dark World but can't like Civil War. So yeah, my Marvel films opinions are very controversial in themselves, so I can't really go there. But
Black Panther only has 2 good scenes, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I can actually say. Yeah, I know that's a very controversial opinion. Fucking hell. But
yeah, that's very
Like the thing being is that it's the only reason it's as loved as it is. Yeah, people do like it, but the biggest reason why it's so popular is because we're black and we're proud.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that is it. But that's the same with Wonder Woman as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's more, I've got boobs and I'm proud.
Oh yeah, that's another one we need to talk about.
I know, basically, I like Wonder Woman until the third act ruins it. I have completely stated this 100 times.
I wasn't a big fan of the first act. Second act was the only thing I liked.
Alright, fair enough. But I like Trainspotting too. I don't know if that's controversial.
I don't know. I think people really love that actually.
I've heard mixed things on that, so.
Actually, let me just check that up.
Shall I say another one in the meantime? Alright, I've got one.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna like it though.
Go on.
I think Jack Nicholson plays a better Joker than Heath Ledger. But let me clarify something like this now though. I think Heath Ledger has a better performance and a better character. But you know, when it comes to the Joker, I think Jack Nicholson does a better Joker. Because Heath Ledger's Joker is fantastic, but it's barely the Joker. And you could argue it's a new Joker. That's what he was kind of going for. But if we're going from the core Joker from the comic, you know, the most Mark Hamill-ish one.
Yeah.
It's Jack Nicholson without a doubt. Because people forget in the '89 movie he's goddamn hilarious. They're like, what doesn't mind makes a moogie. And stuff like, and Bob randomly, and you know when he electrocutes the people, he's hilarious, and he pulls the trouser gun out. Like, it's really funny. But Heath Ledger, again, I think it's a much better performance and a much, involved character. But as the Joker, I think Nicholson pulls it off better. I'm going to get death threats for that one. The less said about Leto, the better.
Oh, actually, I don't think. On the pop, I know one thing we can actually do in doing this one.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinions based on animated cartoons.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, alright.
We'll get to that soon.
I don't know if you have that as...
We'll get to that on the TV show bit in about 2 minutes.
Oh, okay,
right.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fine, I don't like the Adam West animated ones. I'm sorry. Right, I don't know if that's controversial or not, but I didn't like them, and I feel bad saying that. Return of the Caped Crusaders was a fun movie during the second act, but good God, Batman vs. Two-Face out of the Adam West films was such a drag. And you can vouch for me on this, I absolutely love the DC animated movies. I think they're better than the MCU, I think they're better than the DC movies even. Phantasm's up there with Dark Knight, for God's sake, for me, for best superhero movies, and even movies of all time. Right, I just love the animated ones completely. But, even we can admit it, right, they've got a bit mediocre recently. You know, you've got your really high points like Gaslight, and then you just got your mediocre points like the Judas Contract. But then you got, highlights again, with Death of Superman that came out recently and stuff. But I'm sorry, I feel like a git for not liking them, but I just don't. I can't get into them. Right, okay.
Oh, bad me. Okay. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 has a better soundtrack than the first film.
I'm with you on that, to be fair. Right. No, mainly for one reason. Sam Cooke.
Yeah, I knew you was going to say that.
That is the only reason for me.
Here's the thing. With the first film soundtrack, the problem is I can't dance to a lot of them.
I can.
And it's the thing, I love dancing to songs, even if I'm... Fuck off. We're not playing any songs, by the way, because
I know. I can't be bothered.
But with the second film soundtrack, and I can actually dance to the songs. Not to mention, my mum always has them in the car, so it's always embedded into my head.
You can't go wrong with a Guardians soundtrack. No. But anyway, yeah, I agree with you. Mainly, don't get me wrong, I love the first Guardians soundtrack, but the second one, right? Again, I do prefer the first Guardians movie, but the second one's soundtrack is just. I did rewatch that recently, and yeah, I actually do like it.
And not to mention,
I've gone from up down to up again, but slightly up.
Also, I love one of the songs. Come a little bit closer.
Come a little bit closer, you're my kind of man. Yeah, let's. Yeah, I think we're.
Come a little bit closer.
I swear to God, if gay fanfiction comes up because of this is all your fault. Right.
Pretty sure it's your fault.
It's not mine.
It's your podcast.
Alright. Shall we continue on films, or do you want to move to TV shows? TV shows and animation?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, do you want to start, or should I start? Gotham's great.
I was mention. Alright.
Watch Us an Elseworld Story. It's fantastic. Watch it, everyone. Better than Arrow.
Right.
Better than Flash. Better than Legends. Better than the Marvel ones, because the Marvel ones are crap. I said it.
He knows what I'm fucking gonna say.
Go on then.
Oh, shit. This is more like a bit of a film, but at the same time it's a TV show because it originated from a TV show. Teen Titans Go has actually got some funny scenes in it.
Okay, wow, that's...
And mostly because, well, honestly, the movie actually looks kind of funny in some ways.
Deathstroke specifically.
Yeah, and they just mentioned Deadpool and just like say something inappropriate. I'm just like,
no, but I like how we can now, how Marvel and DC can now it's more Fox, but
yeah,
can cross over and take the piss out of each other now. It's a nice little environment that I like.
And okay, some of the jokes are so bizarre in the show that I've just gone.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know why.
I think Teen Titans Go for me has done too much wrong to do right.
It's just like Batgirl having a baby with Nightwing. Yeah, okay. Why? I don't know, but I find it funny for some reason.
I think it's done too much wrong for right for me, and that's what
kills
it
but
overall.
There's some things that just make me smile in a way. I'm gonna get skewered for that one. Jesus fucking Christ.
that damn. You don't support Teen Titans Go, Carl. You should know the rules. I'm trying to think, because you know me, I don't watch too much TV.
No.
So God.
That's why I'm mostly going for anime shows in this one.
Yeah. God, we are weebs, aren't we? I don't know if this is controversial, but I think Stranger Things season 2 is better than season 1.
Yeah. I actually agree with you on that one.
I don't know how everyone else feels, but then again, season 2 has my least favourite episode of Stranger Things of all time.
Oh God!
You know which one I'm already on about, don't you? God, the amount of tags we can use in this.
You're putting all of them in, you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm not a One Punch Man fan. I've already made that clear.
I found it was good the first time around, but the second time, the humour doesn't work.
And it's trying to be a comedy show, and right, I say this all the time, but right, if you want a good superhero analysis story, just watch My Hero.
Yeah. Or Boku no Hero Academia.
I'm sorry, right, for people who want to watch who try and praise The Incredibles 2, I just say My Hero did it better.
Ouch.
That's another one for the movie section I could have done, but we are still technically in animation,
yeah.
But I'm not the biggest fan of Pixar's recent ones, except for Coco. Coco I think's fantastic, but other than that, right, I think the last amazing one was probably Toy Story 3. And that was 2011.
That was so
and
bad.
I remember the only recent one was last year, and that was Coco. But other than that, I don't think I respect Pixar and everything, but a lot of their films I think are either overrated or aren't up to us or don't hold up as well. Like, you know, the first Incredibles. everyone praises that film to death, but I watch it and I just think it goes on too long, and it's not that engaging really. It's a good story and everything, and I like the characters apart from Bob, who gets annoying after a while, but nah, it just rubs me the wrong way in areas.
I've got one that may piss off the entire anime community.
Oh, go on.
Naruto is overrated.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Alright, fine.
I've tried.
I don't know if this is one, but I don't like the art style of One Piece.
Yeah, I can agree with that, but I do like One Piece in a few ways.
I like the stories, but I don't like the art style.
It's weird.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood isn't that rewatchable.
Yeah, that's gonna be true. The Cowboy Bebop ending is very shit.
I'll fight you for that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I love Cowboy Bebop, so yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't like the ending. I always find that the two-parters drag on a bit too long.
No, I think the pacing is great. I just think the actual ending itself is a bit.
Nah, it's an ice cream truck in the background. Yay.
I want ice cream.
Ice cream.
God's
Peaking the volume on this. Fucking hell.
sake.
We're on TV shows and not fucking.
Alright,
Bleach isn't that good.
let's stop picking on the popular kids. God.
No,
You're just begging for your lunch money to get kicked.
Okay.
My Hero Drags in Areas.
Samasu is not a good villain. Neither is Jiren.
Now, Zamasu I think's a good villain, but not an amazing one. And I think
just-
and Jiren's a boring character.
No, in terms of strength, he's good. Like he's a force to be reckoned with. But in personality, the only scene he stood out in.
He's Edgy McEdgelord. He will devastate. Right, honestly, you know that theme song at the beginning of Shadow the Hedgehog, I Am All of Me?
Yeah.
If you played that at the beginning, I would honestly confuse both the characters. There you say all of me. You know, it's just. Oh. I think Toppo is a fantastic character, but Jiren is just messed up. If you do what I think you're gonna, he's got over to the top. No, Toppo is a brilliant character with some actual good growth, but Jiren is. I hate Jiren.
And not to mention that part where he became the god of destruction. Well,
when he became destructive. That's my favorite part of the. That's my favorite part of the entire arc.
Oh my god.
When he. Oh god, when he becomes the Lorax on steroids.
I protect the trees.
I've got one TV wise.
And
I don't like Matt Smith's Doctor Who.
Ow, that.
I don't like the pacing of the episodes. I don't like Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Mainly because he came after David Tennant, and no one's David Tennant, right? I just don't like him, alright? It's just... I don't like his seasons, I don't like his stories, I don't like him. Like, it's just...
I will beat you over that, you know.
I know.
I will.
I just don't like Matt Smith, alright?
Okay, I have one that's contributing to Doctor Who.
Go on.
Peter Capaldi isn't a good doctor. Well, he is. It's just the stories that kind of.
I was about to say that. No, I think he's good. I think he's a good older doctor, but
it's the writing.
The right emoji robots.
Stephen Moffat and the writers that were included in these seasons, you weren't good writers. I'm sorry, but you just weren't. All you could do is, the Doctor's gonna die this season. Oh, we best do that. Why? Every single season, Stephen Moffat kind of wrote. They were all about the Doctor dying. You rewatch them all, and you will notice this. The first Matt Smith season, the Doctor needs to die. Second season, Doctor needs to die. Season after that, the Doctor needs to fucking die. You see a pattern.
It gets repetitive.
Russell T Davies did not do this. He actually did stuff differently with each season. I mean, yeah, he kind of got rid of companions each season.
Yeah.
But that was kind of the only samey thing you could really get from the seasons.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, that was a bit.
I'm not even a massive Doctor Who dude, and God, that was just. Again, I fell out with it after Matt Smith.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I do like Matt Smith, but.
I've got one for when we get to the comic section in about a minute or so.
Ooh.
Right, and this is gonna piss people off, but I'll get to that when it comes to it.
I'm excited for this.
All right, fine. Trying to think of. All right. Oh yeah, I don't like Predacons Rising from the Transformers Prime TV show.
Even though that's kind of a movie.
No, it's an animated film. from the TV show spin-off. I don't like it.
Oh yeah, that kind of just did the same kind of thing. But yeah, fair enough.
I'm sorry. I don't like the pacing. I don't think there's any memorable fights. Yeah, I said that.
Oh no, I actually got one that contributes to that. Transformers Prime is a better TV show than the 80s series.
Put it up there! But then again, I think animated is better than Prime.
Oh.
No, when it comes to pure enjoyment, and animated has my favourite Megatron of all time and favourite Starscream.
Yeah, but Prime has our favourite Soundwave and our favourite gay bot.
Knockout. Juicy. Let's move on before this.
This gets animated, I swear to fucking
No,
God.
I love animated though. It's fantastic. If you actually sat down and
No,
watched it,
if this got animated,
oh god,
I mean...
just be us straggling each other for that one. Shall we move on to comics and manga? I would say books, but I've only read a few. No, I've read quite a lot of books. It's just I don't want to talk about them because you're like a book weeb.
Okay, Tokyo Ghoul is better in the manga than it is the actual show.
No, that's not controversial.
Oh, really?
That's a common opinion.
Oh, seriously?
Yep.
I thought
Mainly because season 2 exists. Right. God, you got me. Alright. I think Deadpool is over exaggerated in the comics. I hate Deadpool in the comics. I used to like him, but when we started getting stories like Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe again, and then the Marvel Universe kills Deadpool, and all these goddamn crossovers no one cares about, I start getting frustrated.
Is that the opinion that you thought?
Yeah. I don't like Deadpool. I'm sorry, I'm sick of Deadpool in the comics. I love Ryan Reynolds in the movies, don't get me wrong, but I hate his comic portrayal at the minute. It's an unfocused mess, alright, that doesn't know what it's doing anymore.
I actually thought it would have been a lot more worse than that. Jesus Christ.
Right. And I'm sorry, this may be another one. I don't like Spider-Man and Deadpool together. I don't think they make a good team. I don't think they've got good chemistry. You know two characters who have got good chemistry?
Yeah.
Spider-Man and Wolverine. Right? Because one's grudgy edgelord. Literally, he's got sharpy pointy fingers. Right? And the other one's a wisecracking teenager. That's an interesting and fun dynamic. Deadpool's a cocky brat. Spider-Man's a cocky brat. It gets annoying after a bit. And yes, one's more serious than the other, obviously. But it's just... No. I just don't like it. I don't like their dynamic. I don't like the chemistry. I don't even like them in that in that Ultimate Spider-Man episode that they're in together.
Fair enough.
Yep. Alright, go on next.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. The current state of the Marvel Universe, as you know, that's actually right.
No, that's not underrated. That's just a fact.
That's I haven't really got one. Jesus. That was quite difficult for me.
Come on, controversial.
Yes, Hush is a very overrated comic.
I agree with that. I prefer Fine. My controversial opinion to go with that is I prefer Heart of Hush, the sequel by Paul Dini.
Yeah, I need to read that actually.
Or if you want. It's a really good story. I prefer it over Hush. Right, Hush is a good book. It's not a great book though.
Oh shit! I just got one.
Right,
Arkham Asylum. Shit. What was the?
Hush.
No, Arkham Asylum.
Arkham City, Arkham Origins, Arkham Knight.
No, I mean like the comic.
Unlimited, the Unchained series.
No, just the one you let me borrow. I forgot.
Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
The one Arkham was based. Serious House and Serious Earth.
Yeah. I think it's. I don't like it that much.
I love it.
Now the reason why, and I'm sorry, but it's the art. I find it extremely hard to follow for me.
I am on the other side of the spectrum. I just absolutely love the painted arc. To me, it's different. It's very different, but I like that about it. I do see why it turns people off though, but I just love the painted art style. It's just gorgeous to me.
Connecting it to the Arkham series. Okay, yeah, I can get.
That's fun.
Yeah, I can get a lot out of that, honestly. Because in Arkham Asylum, you get to see these little markings in the game.
Yeah.
And if you haven't read the comic, you won't know where they're from unless you do the riddle, of course. But even then, you won't get all the information. Amadeus
Arkham explains it.
Amadeus Arkham just went insane and just started drawing these symbols all over the asylum. Sorry.
Can I say mine?
Yeah, sorry.
Right, I preferred DC Metal over the Infinity War movie. the entire event I thought was far better. Right, I just love the world building. I love the characters. I love the humour. This is more because I was raised on DC's part, to be fair, but yeah, it was great for the cinematic world, but honestly, I just love DC Metal that much. The amount of things that it brought to me and the new concepts it threw. Right, Scott Snyder, right, again, I think he's a fantastic writer. He's done some of my favourite modern stories, and he's one of the reasons I think DC is still up there in the comic industry, revolutionising things. You remember, you didn't think they could do much with a multiverse until they introduced a dark one. That's great. Anyway, but yeah, other than that, I just absolutely love DC Metal as a whole. I think more people need to read it. You do have to be a big DC fan to be into it, but it is fantastic.
So me. I don't really have that many unpopular opinions.
Alright, can I have another one then?
Yeah.
I don't like the big Marvel event comics. You know, right. The only one I've really liked was Civil War and Spider-Verse.
Both I've got.
Yeah, but right now, and even then, right, World War Hulk, right, I was so excited when I bought that, but I was disappointed. It's a boring drag. And a lot of them are like that. The only Marvel comics I can get into are the Spider-Man ones and the Venom ones. Mainly because they're very similar characters, but, yeah, I wish I was as invested as I want to be, but I just can't. DC could argue is the same problem, but DC, there's a lot more going for it. Like, I love Batman. I love all the spin-offs of Batman, right? I love the Superman that they're doing at the minute, you know, with Jonathan Kent. Jonathan Kent is a great character, in my opinion.
Even though you have a Superman top on right now.
Yeah, no. I do love Superman, right? I do. People need to. I love the Injustice world and everything, so. I just think they need more recognition. It's just a movie verse for DC, which is letting them down.
Yeah,
that's more of a common opinion, isn't it? So.
Yeah. So.
Any other controversial comic opinions?
No.
Oh yeah, and Secret Empire exists in the Marvel universe now. Secret Empire.
Never heard of it. I've actually not heard of it.
The comic. You haven't heard of it?
No.
Good, because it's one of the most abysmal things I've ever read in my life. You know the one where Captain America turned into a Hydra agent?
Yeah.
It's that story.
Oh yeah, okay.
And it's right. Unlike a lot of people, I wasn't really bothered about him saying "Hail Hydra," but oh my god, that story is such a mess. And the amount of things you have to keep a track of is ridiculous. It's so unfocused. It's ridiculous.
Okay. What's next?
Say mangas, I guess.
That's it. I thought that was.
Oh, games.
Yeah,
we can have games section. Yeah. Right, I'll let you start.
Ooh. The end to the. Well, to be fair, a lot of people agree with the ending of BioShock. So, Arkham Knight isn't a bad game.
It isn't. It's a really good game. It's just repetitive in areas, alright? Just with a bat tank. And the stealthy bat tank is still hilarious. I don't care what it says.
The combat is fluid and enjoyable. Right. The Predator sections are probably the best thing about the game.
Honestly, you know the combat and the stealth section, I think it's better than the city.
Yeah, I agree with that. I will agree with that.
The only thing City has on it is everything else. It has a better soundtrack. It has better use of villains. It has better boss fights. It actually has boss fights. Actually, to be fair, right? It's got better DLC. It's got a better world. It's got better fit. You know, but then you're trying to live up to City.
So it is very hard. Your gaming.
Oh, what can I say that won't piss? Oh right, I've got one. I liked BioShock 2. I liked it.
Yay,
right?
Someone else. Yay.
I mean, it's nothing deep. It's nothing amazing.
But it's
fun. It's just pure fun. You're your big daddy. You get to kill people. Enjoy yourself. Right, can I say another one quickly?
Oh yeah.
Right. I don't know if this is just me, but I'm getting sick of this. Will retro games stop being fucking 8-bit? Stop. Right. I don't. Right. I'm sick of the 8-bit style. Right. No one likes the look of 8-bit games. I'm sorry. The only playable 8-bit game I think I've ever looked at was Mario 3. Right. But other than that, no. 8-bit is not a pretty thing to look at. 16-bit is gorgeous to look at, I will still say that. But 8-bit is so boring and dry, and it's just a cover-up to make it look retro, when in reality it isn't. The only game that used it efficiently was Shovel Knight, and that actually had a decent excuse, but everything else I'm just getting sick of. Oh God,
Yeah, that was
I'm sick of the 8-bit game style. All right, I want something new.
Oh. Telltale games don't make memorable games.
They used to.
Yeah, like 2.
Walking Dead: The Wolf Among Us.
Yeah.
Tales of Borderlands is arguable.
Other than that, yeah, but I don't remember a lot from Tales.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot from the Batman Telltale series, and I like that as well.
No, I remember quite a bit of
I
that.
don't remember a lot.
No, I do. I don't think it holds a candle to Wolf and you know.
And not to mention, they're fucking clunky as hell.
Yeah, especially the physical versions.
It's just...
The frame rate drops are ridiculous.
It's just... I like them, but god damn it, it's just
I'm
a
sick
lot
of
wrong with it.
I'm sick of supporting them though.
Yeah.
I buy them, but I'm sick of supporting
And
them.
not to mention, we got fucking Lego Minecraft... Not Lego Minecraft.
Minecraft is Lego, alright?
We got Telltale Minecraft. I'm getting these confused now. We've got Lego Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not even trying anymore. Telltale Batman, which yes is actually good. I'm not gonna lie, but even then it's still. Walking Dead, Final Frontier.
Apparently season 3 is coming out from E3, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right, can I get my right? I do agree with you. Can I just get my Oblivious? I think Skyrim's overrated. One out of the way. Right, there we go. I don't need to elaborate. I think you all know about Skyrim. I just think I think it's too clunky for me.
Yeah.
I know you disagree, but fair enough.
It's all your opinion.
Right, okay, fair enough. It is okay to disagree with people, all right? That's just that's a public service announcement. It's okay to disagree.
I mean,
and argue.
I want to punch Sammy, but you know.
Oh, leave me Clappy alone. Right. Ah! My flobble juice. Anyway, unpopular gaming opinions. This is
Your
this
face.
is yeah, I know. God, it's just it's more popular if anything.
Yeah, you're fucking right.
I'm struggling because I haven't been into gaming for a long time.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
I don't.
I think Borderlands 2 is better than Bioshock.
I disagree with you on that completely.
Yeah, but I think Borderlands 2 is better. I don't know. I played Borderlands 2 so much that it's just become
an addiction.
Yeah.
God, you need help.
But I was playing it this morning, for fuck's sake. It's just
Street Fighter's better than Mortal Kombat.
I haven't played either, and then to be fair.
You've played Injustice.
Yep.
You've played Mortal Kombat then. Right,
Shut up.
I don't know if that's I think that's more divisive, if anything, but I prefer Street Fighter's physics. Although but then again, I do prefer Injustice over Street Fighter 5, so. And the Injustice comics are just so good.
And the story is quite good as well, to be fair.
But I don't like the Mortal Kombat characters either. Like, to me, it's too lazy. I mean, come on. Scorpion and Sub-Zero. It's a yellow ninja and a blue ninja. Alright, that's it. It's not much there, really, is there? Different coloured ninjas. And one bloke who breaks the fourth wall. And his daughter who breaks the fourth wall. And you get the idea.
Yeah. What others? I don't know, really. Fucking hell.
Alright, I've got one. The NES era is overrated, going back to my 8-bit rage.
Oh.
The NES era, right, I respect the Nintendo Entertainment System for bringing gaming back from the dead after the Atari sunk. Thanks, E.T. Right, but, I'm sorry, right, other than a handful of games, it's not that good. Like, at all. Right, you've got a handful of beautiful classic gems under a pile of steaming crap. The NES is a terrible system overall, if you ask me. It's completely functional, yeah, but terrible. And I think the SNES is a far superior device, and the Mega Drive is probably my favourite console of all time. But I'm sorry, I don't get all the praise for the NES. Other than it saved the gaming industry, it wasn't actually that good. Yeah, that's all the Nintendo fanboys ready to fucking pitchfork me.
I mean, they don't know where you live yet.
Yet.
I mean, I can tell them.
Don't tell the Nintendo fanboys. They'll throw their Switches at me.
Okay. Skyrim is better than Fallout.
I think that's more divisive of anything.
I'm still saying it because I have nothing else.
The best Bethesda game was Doom.
Oh, Doom was brilliant.
Doom is fantastic. I think it's better than Fallout, Skyrim, you name it. It is just brilliant in every way, shape or form. And Blu-rays are better than DVDs. That's the final controversial opinion.
No, that's moving!
Oh my god.
Moving.
Stop talking about... Yeah, well, we need to change the subject somehow. Again, I've got 100 other movie ones I could complain about, trust me. I could complain for years. And years.
We've been going on for an hour.
35 minutes. Okay. Hang on one sec. I had a piece of paper. Hang on. You keep talking. I've got something. I've got two questions I have to answer. 2 more questions.
Boobies. Boobies are nice. Sammy's boobies are lovely. Touch them up.
Okay, are you ready for the questions?
Yes.
Okay. This is not recording, is it?
It's recording.
That's what I got. Right. Anyway, so the first question is from Kieran.
Yeah.
Moped. Oh, we've only got 2 for today because we're lonely.
Yeah. I should have asked
the first
question.
Yeah, I know you should have. The first question is how accurate do you think Gotham portrays characters to the comics?
I think it's different, really.
It's not accurate at all, if you ask me. But I think it's good. Well, no, it's accurate in areas, but I think it's accurate from different media. Because I think, if anything, it's more accurate from the Arkham perspective. Because I look at Cobblepot and Strange and you just go, yeah, he's from Arkham. Yeah.
Mr. Freeze,
Yeah.
I really like Mr. Freeze, to be fair.
Right.
I really like him.
And yeah, that's all I've really got to say. It's different, but it takes from different sources other than the comics. So that's my little angle from it.
What's the second question?
The second question was from Marco. Do you poison?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. My biggest poison is bananas and strawberries because they're disgusting abominations.
My biggest poison is rat poison because it kills you. No other reason.
Oh God.
Just rat poison. End your suffering now, Marco.
Polo. Right, shall we...
Say that again, I'll beat you down like the little shite you are.
Marco or Polo?
Yes.
Okay. Right, do you think we should start wrapping this up?
I think we should start wrapping this up. It's getting awkward.
I don't have any paper to wrap it up with. Anyway, right. Hey, thank you for listening to the first episode of the Bats and Owls podcast. We'll see you in the next episode where he makes really obnoxious noises. See you then.